let's take a step back and go over what a primary is and why it's so important in Woodstock, New York. So, when we get to the general election in November, you'll see only one candidate per party represented. Well, that's because that party's candidate was already chosen in the primary, which happens months before. So, if we have multiple people who want to run for a particular office on, say, the Democratic ticket, we have to have a primary to decide who goes on to the general election. It's possible that that party endorsed someone before the primary, but that doesn't always happen at that stage. But regardless, when a candidate is chosen by voters in the primary, they become that party's endorsed choice for the general election. Now, New York is a closed primary state, which means that you have to be registered in that party to vote in its primary. Not every state is like this. But this means that in a very blue town like Woodstock, New York, where there are often no other party candidates who run in the general election, that the final decision for many of our elected offices is decided in the Democratic primary. Fair? You decide. And in fact, it explains why we often hear of people, both voters and candidates, who switch parties to be Democrats in order to have a voice in Woodstock's elections. Now, on the flip side, when I talked to voters in the area, I met a number of them who switched parties from Democrat to Independent for some valid reasons. However, in Woodstock, this effectively means that they have disenfranchised themselves because they can't vote in the closed Democratic primary where final decisions are so often made in Woodstock's elections. I hope this explains what a primary is and why it's so important to vote in the primary in Woodstock, because that could be your only choice come this November's general election. So Woodstockers, get out there and vote on June 23rd, or take advantage of some early voting locations in the county from June 13 to 21, or apply for a mail-in ballot and postmark it by June 23 so that it arrives by June 30. Woodstock Democrats, make sure you have a voice in this coming election.